Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you very much for joining the live. If you're here, please kind of put a like and say hello in the chat as usual. Um, Before we commence, if you want to join my Patreon private group, the link will be available in the comments down below once this live is finished, and it will also be in the description of this video. There we have basically my entire $5 million spreadsheet, which is basically my main portfolio. The coins I'm diversified in, where I entered with the percentage of my portfolio, all the exits and my entire plan, and also you have the $99 tier there with all the 50 to 100x plays that I believe are going to deliver insane profits in the euphoria phase of the cycle. Either way, let's talk about basically what's currently happening in the market. Bitcoin to this day is still stuck in a range. Nothing grand has happened. As always, when we're at the bottom of the range, we have bears saying that everything is about to crash hard and go to hell. And when we're at the top of the range, bulls are saying we're about to break out and go to the moon. All that we have to do currently is just be patient and let the market develop. But today, that's not what I want to talk about. Today, what I would like to talk about is the, once again, importance of diversification. So there are currently right now coins out there in the crypto world that are down 95% and as much as 99% from their all-time highs. A lot of these coins, altcoins, have very low market caps. Some of them have $100 million market cap, right? In comparison, Bitcoin has like 500 to 600 billion dollar market cap. Then you have Ethereum with like 200 billion. Then you have many other coins. For example, let's look at even XRP, right? XRP has a market cap of 28 billion. Sol has a market cap of 10 billion. Doge has a market cap of 9 billion. And there are even coins out there that are good to have in your portfolio and diversify into. For example, one of them is VET. I believe this is one of the coins I believe can deliver great gains in the euphoria phase of the cycle, together with many other alts. And like VET alone is at 1 billion, right? Now imagine if you simply pump like 10 billion into VET, how many X's is going to do, right? It can do depending on really momentum and what happens with the amount of units of the coin. And it can do 10 to 20X by simply replacing something like, by simply having the same market cap as Dogecoin or ADA or Sol or XRP, for instance, right? And many of these coins will have far greater market caps and the euphoria phase. Don't forget that coins like XRP are also still down roughly like 80% or 75% for the all-time high, which means that the market cap was much higher at the peak. And don't forget that the market cap of Bitcoin alone was at like what, $1 trillion, right? Don't forget that our market cap of Ethereum was at like 500 or 600 billion dollars. The point I'm trying to make is that currently so many people are involved and concentrating on wanting to catch the bottom. You know, when that's really not something that you should concentrate on. Yes, there are many coins like Bitcoin that are out of the accumulation phase, and XRP and Ethereum. Yes, I have all those coins in my portfolio, and I'm well diversified, and I have what I consider to be a good amount of those coins. But at the same time, there are many other projects that will deliver great ROI and amazing results, right? Many of these coins have a market cap of like $500 million. Some of them have a market cap of $1 billion or $1.2 billion, like, for example, QNT. There are amazing coins like HBAR, XDC. There are coins that are in like top 100 and top 20, 120 that have market cap of like 100 or $200 million, right? Imagine pumping 1, 2, 5 billion even into these coins. Like, it doesn't, you don't even need that much capital for these coins to go crazy, right? So you don't have to pump in like a 500 billion market cap for it to do like a 2x like with Bitcoin. You don't have to pump in 200 billion like with Ethereum for it to do a 2x. Once again, simply just pumping in something like 5 or 10 billion will already make that coin go crazy because of the market cap. It's very important to buy these coins before they move, because usually what happens is that nobody wants to buy these low caps and mid caps because everybody feels secure in blue chips. And there's nothing wrong with having blue chips. I have a lot of blue chips. The point I'm trying to make is just because a coin is a blue chip doesn't mean that it's safer, right? Doesn't mean that it's going to do better. Like, yes, there are blue chips that will do well, there are mid caps that will do well, and there are low caps that are going to do well, right? So just make sure that you get all kinds of different coins. The simple math that I'm trying to explain is that market caps, like coins with small market caps, need much less capital injected into them to make them pump very hard, right? So there are even coins like Pepe, right, for example, that have much smaller market caps. than many other coins. There are other great utility coins that have only a market cap of like $50 million or $100 million, right? Imagine once again what happens even if you don't even have to talk about billions here. So let's say one of those coins that has a $50 million market cap, imagine pumping 500 million into this coin, right? It's once again going to pump very hard and do several X's. And stuff like this can happen even before peak euphoria of the market, right? Because once we reach peak euphoria of the cycle, once again, there will be coins, many coins out there that will have market caps of tens of billions of dollars, and some of them will be 100 billion, 200 billion, 300 billion, and Bitcoin will be above basically 1 trillion once again when we're in the euphoria stage. The point that I'm trying to make is do not concentrate too much on trying to catch the bottom, right? Yes, you can buy an altcoin, and then yes, you have to temporarily hold sometimes at a loss and it can crash further. But if you're buying an altcoin, and there are many altcoins like this right now, if you're buying an altcoin after a 95% crash, or if you're buying it after a 97% crash, or let's say a 99% crash from the all-time high, right? The risk reward is already in your favor, right? You're much more likely now to make money than you were buying when it was pumping. I know that it's like, it seems very depressing, and many people are not interested in buying these coins after they've crashed hard because like the green candles are not there and the excitement is not there. And I know that retail always floods into the green candles and gets excited and starts believing in the coin once it has already done 10, 20, 30, 50, 100x, right? That's when you start selling. So get into these coins before they start moving, because we have had coins in our portfolios that have done 800% from entry and 500% from entry. One of them I've spoken about here on live several times was RNDR, and I kept saying no, do not FOMO into it, because now we don't FOMO into green candles, we don't chase green candles, we don't FOMO. That's one of the rules, right? So it has retraced now quite well. But the point that I'm trying to make is like during the 500% pump from our entry, that's when people start asking, Rob, should I buy RNDR? Should I join the $99 tier? You can join the $99 tier and buy all of these gems, right? Because a lot of them are great entries. But there are coins that some of them that have moved and you don't buy right now, right? So the point I'm trying to make is many of those coins will move. And many of those coins in the euphoria phase will be up 20, 30, 50, and some 100x, right? And that's when people will be interested in buying. But that's not when you should be buying. That's when you should be selling. You should buy when everything is depressing, when it looks like the coin might keep crashing. And it might keep crashing, but it doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is once the coin is down 95% or 97 or 98 or 99%, and the market cap is much lower, right? You're much more likelier to make a 50x or 100x in a coin than when it has already pumped hard, right? So when this coin will be like in the top 100, or it will be in the top 50, 20, and 30, you will be a late market participant. You will be late to the party. You're not going to make 50 or 100x on that coin anymore. All of these coins, like the leading coins in this market, like Ethereum, like XRP, what else do we have there? ADA, right? All of these coins had tiny market caps. I was here during the 2016, 2017 cycle and time, and these coins had tiny market caps before they became blue chips, right? They're blue chips now. And the point I'm trying to make is that many of these coins are going to become blue chips in the euphoria phase of the cycle. When the market caps will be tens of billions of dollars or like $100 billion, it will be too late to buy. So get these coins while they're at $100 million market cap, $50 million market cap, $200 million market cap, $500 million market cap, $1 billion market cap, right? A lot of these coins, yes, will underperform and not deliver. But we spoke about basically that it doesn't, I explained that it doesn't matter, because the coins that do deliver 50 to 100x profits are going to completely erase your losses and pump your portfolio several times, right? So you can have like, I don't know, let's say 30 coins, and let's say you took like $500 and you invested $500 or even $100 into 30 coins. Let's say 20 of these coins, if you're extremely unlucky, right? 20 of these coins get wiped, rugged, they go to zero, right? You get dumped on, the projects turn out to be complete scams. The other 10 do a 50x, for example, right? That's it. You just made amazing gains. And you got a bit because you got in early. So once again, my friends, do not buy coins that are out of the accumulation phase. Now, you're not going to make a lot of money buying Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin has to be part of your portfolio, because it's like basically the main blue chip is the grandfather of and the OG of crypto. Is something you have to have in your portfolio for security reasons, to diversify, just like you have Ethereum, for example. But there are coins out there that are more high risk, but also high reward, right? There are so many coins that are going to deliver amazing profits. I believe that VRA is one of these coins. I believe that XDC is one of these coins. HBAR, QNT. There's so many coins that are going to deliver amazing, amazing gains, life-changing gains, right? And that people will be wishing that they had bought and held through temporarily unrealized losses, because at a certain point in the market, these unrealized losses are not losses because you do not press sell, don't matter. You don't need to chase the bottom. You don't need to buy the exact bottom, right? You just need to buy after huge crashes. And right now, the coins are at huge crashes. Yes, they can crash much further, but once again, you don't need to chase the bottom. What if they don't crash much further, right? You're already basically lucky enough to be in a market when coins have crashed 95% on average or more. You're lucky to be here, right? Because if you come into this market when the coin is up 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000%, you're too late. So grasp the opportunity that you have, my friends. Grasp the opportunity. Remember that every single bear market ends, right? This is not going to go on forever. What we know historically is that the Great Depression ended. Every single great financial crisis ended. The dot-com bubble ended. The banking crisis ended. Black Friday was forgotten about. The COVID crash was forgotten about. The FTX crash was forgotten about. Majority of market participants who pump our coins in the euphoria phase and flood into this market at the end of 2024 to the end of 2025, roughly, they're not going to care about Sam Bankman-Fried or Do Kwon. Who talks about Luna Do Kwon now? They're not even going to know these people, right? When we're going to be referring to these things, they want to know about this stuff. They want to care about it. The only thing they'll be caring about is basically, oh, look, that coin has already done 50x. That means I can invest and make 50x. As newcomers, they don't know any better, and we will be unfortunately selling to these newcomers and dumping them and using them as exit liquidity, because they did not buy after huge crashes. They bought after huge pumps. This is something that you don't do. Buy while you have the opportunity to buy. Of course, you have to be aware of the fact that not all coins are going to deliver. Of course, some coins in your portfolio that you're going to buy are going to go to zero and die, but that's risk, right? That's just reality. But at the same time, there are so many coins in your portfolio that are going to deliver amazing life-changing gains, and the losers won't matter because the winners pump so hard, as long as you sell, basically, and take profits. Because remember that unrealized profits on the screen are nothing but numbers, right? They're just a nice number that you look at and think, wow, I can't believe it. Like, it's just a number. To put the money in your pocket, you actually have to press the sell button. So it's very important to take heavier profits in the euphoria phase. I just want to remind somebody something, right? That yes, it's possible that we might have new lows. It's possible that we might crash hard. It's possible that the market cycle can lengthen. But for now, Bitcoin is holding at a higher low. And the message that I want to deliver right now, right, that during the bear market right now, in the depths of depression, when people are scared, and when it's possible that Bitcoin can go below $10,000 or $5,000, and all of this is possible, it's important to stay positive. It's important to remember that it will end. It's important to remember that some of these coins will recover and pump very hard, extremely hard. So it's important to remember this. Just like when we'll be in euphoria phase, it's going to be very important to remember that every single bull market ends, and that bull market will end too, and everything will crash hard once again. It's very important to stay positive right now, right? Because this is the way retail psychology works every single time. When we're in the depths of the bear market, when coins are down 70, 80, 90, and 95 and 99%, basically roughly 85% on average, the whole market is down. That's when the majority is no longer interested in crypto. People think that's it, it's over. Everything is going to crash lower. And yes, even if it crashes lower, it might crash lower. It doesn't matter. But the point I'm trying to make is that's when everybody's down. That's when they start doubting that the euphoria phase is going to come. That's when they start doubting that the bull market is going to come, right? That's when you start thinking, what if this time is different? So people don't want to invest. They get sidelined. They want to take the risks. When do they start taking the risks? When the bull market hits, when the euphoria phase is there. And now, because they're late, right? Because they didn't want to buy when you were supposed to buy, and ignore basically the fear and all the nightmarish narratives out there and all the headlines and all basically the doom and gloom. They didn't want to ignore that because the market makers successfully make sure that they don't buy or sell. So now, since they're emotional investors and they didn't buy when they're supposed to buy, now they flood into the market because the market makers are now showing them the greed candles and it looks like a bull market. Now they feel safe and they feel great. Now they feel like their money can be invested into these coins because they're greedy. They have big market caps and all that, and the partnerships and all this stuff, which is so silly. It's so silly. That's when you should be scared and selling, right? So do not beat the retail mindset. be aware of the institutions and what they're doing right now. Be aware what the market makers are doing, how they're manipulating your brain to make sure that you don't buy when you're supposed to buy, how they keep basically regurgitating about the Great Depression and all that stuff. Yeah, and you know, the thing about it is that many large YouTubers who have hundreds of thousands of followers or like 1 million followers or more in crypto or in financial world, they catch on to this and then they start spreading it to their subscribers also, who start believing it, right? So ignore that noise, ignore it, right? If you want to make money in this crypto, you're going to have to take the risks. You're going to have to buy when coins are down 95 and 90 and 99% and hold and wait for recovery and huge pumps, which will come. You have to keep this in mind. Every single time people say this time is different, it's never different. When I was buying in the last two cycles, right after massive crashes, majority did not want to buy. Majority was concentrating on buying the bottom. I was not concentrating on buying the bottom. I was concentrating on buying low and dollar cost averaging, right? Many coins, most of my coins at one point, despite buying after massive crashes and despite buying only at new lows as the coin keeps crashing, we're still at a loss, right? But what did I do? I ignored the fear. I ignored the fact that during even the COVID crash, everybody was saying that like this is the end of times, economy is going to change, the whole world trade is going to change, everything is going to change, everything is going to hell, Bitcoin is about to go to $500. We literally had predictions out there saying that Bitcoin is going to $500 back then, right? And instead of basically trying to chase the bottom, all I did was I kept dollar cost averaging at new lows after massive crashes without trying to chase the bottom. And I waited because I knew that Bitcoin always crashes roughly 85%, that always crash roughly 95%. And all I have to do is buy after massive crashes in dollar cost average and wait and be patient, and that recovery will come. Everybody was telling me, not everybody, majority were telling me, I'm an idiot, this time is different. What happened? It was not different, right? And then we pump hard. Okay, now we pumped hard. Now I'm saying, guys, all right, now basically coins are not going to keep pumping hard just because you basically didn't buy low because you're waiting for the bottom, trying to catch the bottom. It's time to start selling and taking heavy profits. We're getting out because we're not chasing the top. We have got amazing profits, anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000% per coin. We're taking profits and getting out because everything will crash hard once again eventually because we're in speculative markets. We don't have to catch the top. We just made life-changing gains. Get out, start selling coins, right? What happened once again? People said this time is different. Always the same thing, that this time we're not going to crash because institutional adoption and utility use cases and the great technology behind the coins won't allow the coins to crash. And I said, I don't believe in that narrative, right? Because the charts don't show that. And the adoption is not relative right now. I believe everything's going to crash hard once again because that's what the charts show. Fast forward to now, what happened? Bitcoin crashed nearly 80%, and many altcoins have crashed as much as 90 to 95 and 99%, where my members and I executed the buys, right? And now, once again, while we're here in the depths of this bear market, and we have entries much lower, but we already have some fantastic entries that we're going to hold no matter what happens, even if a meteorite strikes the earth, right? Even if the world ends, we're holding those entries. So now when we're down already, and everything seems so depressing and doom and gloom, and it looks like we're never going to have new all-time highs and nothing will ever pump, people are depressed. They don't want to buy. You know what I mean? They once again making the same mistakes over and over again. Now they want to buy the bottom. Now everybody wants to buy Bitcoin at $12,000 or $5,000, right? There's nothing wrong with these targets. I myself have targets that are much lower, right? But the difference is that I don't chase the bottom. So we waited for roughly $20,000 and roughly $15,000, executed our entries there, waited for Ethereum to hit roughly $980, executed our entries there, waited for many other coins in the Millionaire spreadsheet to crash hard enough, executed our entries there, right? So we already have fantastic entries, but we're not forcing more entries in case the market does go lower. And if it goes lower, we're going to bring down our average without trying to catch the bottom once again, bring down on average, have amazing entries, wait for the market to crash, and that's it. Everything pumps, right? The thing is, it's very important to be aware of what's on the chart and the facts before you and the math and the likelihood and the percentages, right? Pay attention to that. Because if you look at what the kind of news that was being shilled to us, the retail investor, throughout all these years when it was the perfect time to buy, it was always scary. It never seemed like the perfect time to buy. And whenever it was the perfect time to sell, the news that was being shilled to us, the little guys, was that everything is fantastic. You should not be selling. Don't concentrate on selling. Concentrate on the fact that everything is green. Coins are green. Candles are green. Everybody's making millions. Think about that while we quietly dump on you. Basically, I mean, by by them dumping it, I mean the institutional investor market makers and market manipulators, basically. So don't let this bear market bring you down. Just like you should never let the bull market allow you to get carried away and keep expecting higher targets and not take profits because you're greedy, right? Do not let this bear market bring you down and believe that this time is different. Do not allow this bear market, because the main tool that we use, time frame, is only a secondary metric, right? The main tool that we use is percentages. This is the best tool you can possibly use there, right? Percentages and diversification. Just buy after massive crashes and be patient. I'm confident. Nobody can be 100% confident, but from my experience and from what had happened in the past, every single time for the last 15 years, all I've been hearing is that this is the great financial crisis. This is depression 2.0. This is the time we're going to zero. This is the time we're going to zero. This time everything's going to top out. We're going to go to zero. For 15 years, people have been saying this, right? And for 15 years, people have been coming into the stock market and the crypto market and turning sums like $10, $20, $30,000 into millions of dollars. While for 15 years, all these boom boys and whatnot have been saying this time is different. And then the bulls at the peak saying this time is different. People not buying, people not locking in profits. Ignore all that nonsense out there. It's all nonsense, right? Just ignore it. Buy after massive crashes without trying to catch the bottom. Diversify into many different altcoins. Wait for the recovery to happen. Wait for the euphoria phase to hit. Start taking heavy profits and start setting trading take profits. And make sure that you fully get out of the coin once the trading take profit is hit. Make life-changing money. Wait for everything to crash once again. Partially take your profits and reinvest into the market. That's it. That's it. It's as easy as that. But unfortunately, there's so much time. It requires so much time. It takes so many years that people lose focus. People stop believing in the coins. People stop believing that, that the bear market is going to end because it becomes tedious and boring and everything is red. And you're like, oh my goodness gracious. Like I bought after an 80% crash and after a 90% crash. And now I have to buy again after a 95% crash. When is it going to stop crashing, right? People get fed up of it, right? But that's exactly how you get basically worn out by time. But if you have the mental capacity, right, the emotional capacity, and you simply soldier on and follow logic and math and percentages, right, instead of emotion, that's when you do well. So ignore. Like, what do I keep reiterating, right? For example, when I released the millionaire spreadsheet, right, I kept saying that once we get these entries and Bitcoin crashes roughly 70% and 80% and 90%, we're going to have some terrible narratives accompanying these buys, right? What happened when Bitcoin crashed roughly 70 to 80% when we were buying? We had the Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX collapse, right? Unfortunately, a lot of people got hurt, but what we expect, we could never foretell that FTX is going to go down. I could definitely not foretell that FTX is going to go down, but we could foretell that something terrible is going to happen, and that the narrative is going to be so scary that people are not going to be buying. Once again, it was also accompanied by Binance FUD and USDT FUD, which literally caused what? Do you remember what happened in crypto Twitter? For about a week, like 5 days, everybody was talking about remove all your crypto from exchanges. Do not buy, get off Binance and all that. Binance still exists. Stable coins to this day are fine. So once again, when you were supposed to be buying, the narrative was really literally run for the places where you're supposed to buy on the exchanges. So basically, the subconscious message was don't buy when you're supposed to buy. Now those entries are up 100, 200, 300, 400, 500%, depending on the coin that we're talking about, right? So just be aware of that. Be aware of the fact that if the market keeps pumping and makes higher highs and higher lows, and we basically reach the euphoria piece, which eventually we will, sooner or later, that the narrative is going to be fantastic. You will most likely not want to sell because you believe that the market will keep going up and up and up. Do not allow your head to get carried away. Sell and set trading take profits. Sell and get out because the crashes will come. And if we crash first and see new lows and Bitcoin goes to below 10,000 or like 5,000 and everything crashes further, right? And our entries in the millionaire spreadsheet are hit, be aware of the fact, after which we will have the euphoria phase for sure. But be aware of the fact that if that happens first, that once again, the narratives will be incredibly scary, very effective, and the majority will believe them. The narratives, I can already tell if that were to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm ready. Like I said earlier, I have roughly 55% of my portfolio, investment portfolio in the market and roughly 45% on the side. So I'm neutral, right? I'm neither bearish nor bullish right now. I'm neutral and I'm simply following my strategy. But if that were to happen and we were to see our entries are in a millionaire spreadsheet, the narrative would be for sure, I can already tell you what it would be like. Things like Great Depression 2.0, greatest financial crisis of all time coming, Bitcoin going to zero, or maybe Bitcoin going, I don't know, to $500 once again, that you should not be buying. Get out, get out, get out. That we're in a recession, that this time is different, that everything is going to zero, probably banks going bust, some companies going bust, people getting laid off, maybe some one or even more than one crypto exchanges going down, regulations hitting afterwards because maybe another big exchange went down after FTX, or maybe several big exchanges went down. So regulation coming in and hitting heavy, and people getting scared, like during the SEC lawsuit, when it was once again a great opportunity to buy XRP because it crashed so hard, because then it pumped to nearly $2. But the point that I'm trying to make is something very heavy that is truly going to scare investors. Like during the SEC lawsuit with XRP, remember what happened? So many people fled from XRP and sold their XRP and fled into coins like ADA and Doge, which are great coins. I have nothing against them. They deliver great profits, and everybody should diversify into them also, I believe. But the point that I'm trying to make is that when that happened, when XRP crashed during the SEC lawsuit, you had a great buying opportunity that if you had bought there, you would have made like 1,000 or 1,500% profit, right? So the point that I'm trying to make is that kind of flip your mentality, right? Remember that it's not different. It may seem like it's different. The narratives that will be pushed out there will be you'll be thinking, you'll be doubting yourself. Basically, you'll be sitting there and thinking, man, this time is different. Why did I have to be in the market now, right? Like, why couldn't I get in the previous cycles? Why didn't I buy in the previous cycle after like 85% crash and just hold? Why didn't I sell after 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000% pump? That's what you'll be thinking, right? That's what you go through every single cycle. Don't think that way, right? Do not think that way. Of course, there's risk always involved, but you have to have the emotional and mental capacity to realize that after huge crashes, all that you do is simply dollar cost average at new lows and buy without trying to catch the bottom. And after big pumps, you start selling and setting trailing take profits without trying to be perfect, without trying to catch the bottom, without trying to catch the top, without trying to basically have a 100% strike rate, because no matter what you do, you're not going to have it, right? No matter what you do, no matter how great you are at picking coins, not all of your coins are going to deliver. Like, you're not going to be perfect. It's just like a soccer player. I keep reiterating this, right? You can have the best soccer player in the world trying to score a goal, but he's going to miss. He's not going to score every single goal, right? You can have the greatest chef in this world ruin a meal, right? Nobody has 100% straight rate, and nobody's going to, like, we're not perfect as human beings in everything that we do, and we're not going to be perfect investors, but we can be good investors and great investors, right? We do not require perfection. All that we need to do, the end point is buy low, sell high, preferably buy very low, sell very high, but do not chase tops and bottoms. Simply dollar cost average at new lows after massive crashes, preferably with equal amounts of money, diversify into many different coins with different narratives, exchange coins, privacy coins, DeFi coins, different utility coins with different use cases, AI coins, gaming coins, NFT related coins, you name it, buy some of that, right? Get some blue chips, get some mid caps, get some low caps. Don't favor one coin over another. Understand that you have to be patient. Like, this is going to end, right? Yes, like I said, we can go much lower. Yes, we can have crashes and scares, but it's going to end. No bear market and no financial crisis has lasted forever in this world, right? And no bull market is going to last forever. It's all rotations, right? Just look at the numbers and facts. Yes, unfortunately, many people who bought randomly and were buying the dip and like did not have rules and do not know how to invest, unfortunately, they will get hurt. But that's just the way the speculative markets are. Unfortunately, the majority loses money. But if you know what you're doing, right? If you're patient and you simply buy in dollar cost average with equal amounts of money at new lows, and you wait and you diversify, you are going to do well, because sooner or later the market is going to recover. So keep that in mind. That being said, my friends, do not force entries into coins that have left the accumulation phase. For the umpteenth time, do not force entries into in coins that have left the accumulation phase.
if you really want to buy some great gems, and I truly believe they're great gems, I have gone probably through over 1,000 coins now and researched them heavily and looked into the charts and looked everything I did. I picked out like roughly 30 out of these like 1,000 coins or more, and I bought them, right? They're in the $99 tier. Go join that $99 tier and get as many of those coins as you can, preferably every single coin that you can get. It doesn't have to be big amounts of money. You can even throw $100 per coin, right? The whole point of these coins is that some of them are going to explode 50 to 100x and deliver amazing profits. That's the whole point of them, right? But you have to understand that some of these coins are not going to do well in gold this year, but some of them are going to explode and pump very hard, right? We don't need perfection. We just need to make sure that enough of these coins pump very hard and really pump our portfolio up. You have to understand basically that it's going to require patience. We're going to need to be patient. I know that one of the most favorite questions in crypto is when the moon, right? Nobody knows the answer to that, right? All I can tell you right now is that like the updates that are given on Patreon and what I teach you. I do have a rough understanding of it, which I'm not going to mention here online, but I mention it on Patreon and explain to my members, right? I do give hints here and there on Twitter, but the point I'm trying to make is leave the time frame behind, my friends, right? What's like, very, very likely, nearly guaranteed, because nothing is guaranteed in this world, but that has a huge chance of happening, is that you are here after huge crashes, right? You're lucky to be after huge crashes. You can accumulate coins after huge crashes. All that you have to do now is be patient and wait for euphoria to hit. If you have to wait altogether for a whole cycle, a few years or several years out of your life to change your life financially forever and make life-changing gains, that's nothing. That's nothing. A few years is nothing. What are the other options? Keep working 9 to 5 that you hate. So be patient, my friends. Understand that market works in rotations. Understand that basically after huge crashes, it's always depressing, and after huge pumps, it's always hypey and wonderful, and everybody's excited. Turn that around. Be excited after massive crashes. Be fearful and scared after huge pumps. Right now is the time to be happy that you're here. Right now is the time when you should be euphoric. If the market crashes much harder and gives us new lows, and it seems like the end of the world for crypto, and crypto is going to zero, you should be elated. I'll be on cloud 9. I'll be buying and executing my entries on the million spreadsheet, right? I'm happy right now because I already have some fantastic entries, which the majority of market participants didn't have money to buy, because unfortunately they were led into basic oblivion by YouTubers and perma bulls who kept telling them buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Now they've been buying the dip, they have no more money to buy, right? Thankfully, I'm not one of these people. Thankfully, I waited for amazing, huge crashes, bought at amazing entries, and I have a lot more money on the side to buy more crashes if we get them, right? I'm excited because I know that this time is going to end. I know that even despite us potentially crashing further and going lower, that the bear market will end, and that many coins are going to pump very hard. And I know that I have quite a few of those coins in my portfolio that are going to deliver life-changing gains, right? And I know that all I have to do is be patient. All right, I hope I got the message across out there, my friends. Remember, patience required. Remember, do not force entries. Follow the million spreadsheet, exactly what it says. If you're not sure, send me a question on Patreon. And if you're looking to buy some, once again, if you're looking to buy some great coins for great discounts that are going to do very well in euphoria phase, buy the coins in the $99 tier, join the $99 tier, and buy those coins with little sums of money. Even if you can't afford, to do even 500 coins or $500 per coin, do $100 per coin, right? Because there's some amazing gems in there. I have gone and stated publicly that some of these gems are coins like HBAR, XDC, RNGR, as I mentioned earlier, but there are many other coins also. And as you can see, some of these coins like RNGR has already done a 500% pump before even Bitcoin did a 100% pump. So imagine what RNGR is going to do in euphoria phase once Bitcoin has pumped like, I don't know, several 100%, or ETH has pumped like 500%. Imagine what these coins are going to do. The gains are going to be insane, basically. The gains for some of these coins are going to be insane. It's just like, a lot of these coins like Dogecoin, for example. Remember the insane gains that happened in last cycle? Once again, everybody called, not everybody, the majority called Doge dead. It pumped so hard, nearly like what was it, like near 700x or something. It made insane money. It literally made people who invested like $10,000 millionaires, multi-millionaires, right? And many other coins like VT, BNB, so many coins pumped well, right? Of course, many coins did not pump well and did not reach their all-time highs, but many coins did. This is why exactly you diversify after huge crashes. You're right now in that time, right? Where you're have the option, the possibility to buy these coins. Because once euphoria phase hits, yes, it's not going to happen soon, but once it hits and these coins are up, it's going to be too late, right? That's another basic cycle gone, years of your life gone, opportunities gone. So this is what I do. I research heavily. I'm looking for a project to invest in day and night. And when I find one, I buy if it's low enough without trying to catch the bottom. I'm fine with temporarily holding at a loss because I know that a lot of these coins are going to recover and pump exceptionally hard. If you're here, please kind of put a like, my friends. Would appreciate the like. Let's see what everybody's saying. The guy saying, hi, boss. I have found the next Matic. It is sitting at $10 million market cap. I will not shill it now. The guy, send me a DM, brother. I wonder what it is. Maybe it's a coin already in the $99 tier. Maybe it's a coin I've been looking at. Hax is saying, hi, brother. Hope you're well. Keep up with the videos. Hax, thank you, brother. I'm very well. How are you? My friend, the International Crypto Asset Ninja, saying, hi, Rob. Good evening. Markets making small pumps. Everyone going crazy again. Yeah. RDA making small pumps. I didn't even know to tell the truth. So, remember, my friends, it's important not to get excited over during these pumps and FOMO or buy green candles. It's important to just, it's important to let the market develop, right? Do not force entries. We already have fantastic entries. We don't need to experience FOMO, which is fear of missing out, because we already have fantastic entries. And if the coins are pumping, that means basically our portfolios are in green, and the higher they pump, the more green they become. So no reason to force entries. Be patient, my friends, because nothing is 100% guaranteed, and the markets can go much lower before going much higher. So you have to be prepared for that too. Thomas Horton, my friend, hi there. How are you doing, brother? Rafael Allah saying, hi, Rob. Really enjoyed your market update on Patreon. Thanks. It is a good reminder to wait for big crashes. It motivates me and it keeps me focused. Rafael, cheers, brother. I appreciate the nice comment. Thank you very much. By the way, everyone, if you're a Patreon member, I published a market update like a few hours ago today. So if you haven't read it, please go read the market update. And also a few days before that was an XRP related post about technical analysis where I'm looking basically to buy XRP for a swing trade. So if you haven't read those, please check those out. Marcus Hart saying, hi, morning, Rob. Hello, Marcus. How are you doing? Oh, my friend Laura Provenzano is here. How are you doing, Laura? Thank you for joining. My friend Maestro is saying, how do you calculate the trailing stop? Is it also based on percentages? Also, do you use trailing stop starting from the first exit point? All the best to you and your family. Thank you, Maestro, for that great question. Everything that I do, first and foremost, is based on percentages. And once I look at the percentages, I compare the charts basically to fractals of other coins that delivered well. And basically, you could call it fibs. It's probably the best way to explain would be fibs, but it's not really fibs. It's basically based on percentages, right? The way that I do it is how we're going to be setting trailing take profits. Depending, if nothing is wrong, nothing is different in the markets right now. Nothing is different in the markets. Bitcoin has bottomed after roughly an 85% crash after roughly 400 days. It's putting in higher highs and higher lows, and the higher low is still holding, right? So nothing is different. So I don't have to do anything different right now. If the higher low is not held, something is different. We're going to have to do something different. But to answer your question, the way that I do it, once basically the euphoria phase hits, nobody knows where the peak is, right? For 100% sure. But what you do know is once you look at the top 100 coins in coin market cap, you have many coins that have done anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000% from their bottoms. Once you're in that phase and basically everything is pumped hard, and preferably time frame wise, and also the time frame, although it's a secondary metric, can be applied to the percentages. Very often it's helpful on a rough estimate. You start setting a trailing take profit, even if your coin hasn't delivered, because once again, the likelihood that you're holding an underperformer rather than a laggard is very high. It's most probably not a laggard that will deliver before the market crashes. Most probably just a bad coin and a bad investment decision. So that's why it's so important to use trailing take profits, because there are many coins out there, and some of those coins are in our portfolios that are not going to deliver the price targets that we want, but are going to be up like maybe 500% or 800% or maybe 1,000% while we're expecting higher, right? So that's when we're going to start setting, no matter how much it is up, let's say it's even only 500%, we're going to set a setting take profit, for example, at like 380%, depending on the coin from its bottom. And if it's hit, we get out fully with that 280% profit, and we get out and we don't rotate profits, because there are going to be many laggards that are not going to deliver. They're not laggards. They're just poor performers. So you have to be aware of that. But the only way you can secure a great profit either way is by having a truly take profit. I hope that I answered your question, my friend. Ismail Mohammed, my friend, is here saying, hi, Rob. Hi there, brother. He goes on to say, how are you and the family? Love the last market update. I'm more calm knowing how the plan is going. I suggest everybody should join your page. Cheers. Ismail Mohammed, thank you to the family as well, my brother. Thank you very much for the kind word about the market update. It's great to have members here. And thank you for saying that everybody should join the Patreon. I think so too. I fully agree with you. Everybody should join it. Please kind of put a like while you're here, my friends. Joyce Sewell is saying, where should I put the profit? Bank or stable coin or another coin? Bank, my friend. Once you sell, you should keep the money in fiat. You can't keep them in stable coins because how stable are those stable coins? Like, I believe sooner or later, some of these stable coins are going to go down or get hit with heavy regulations. So who knows what's going to happen to your money? So do not keep your coins in stables. Sometimes you do have to do that in between like investments and trades on a short-term basis, but you should never sell and then wait for a long time in stables because stables are not stable. Then also, you should not rotate them into other coins because all coins crash, right? So you should have that money in fiat. Have that money in fiat. I know that basically the crypto narrative is all about against fiat. It's just all nonsense. The truth of it is that everybody's here to sell, to buy and sell coins to have more fiat, to be richer and live a better life, right? So people are still using fiat currencies to live. Bruce Stamp is saying SRP, XLM, and XDC, all good coins. I like all of them, my friend. XRP, XLM, and XDC, all good coins. Just don't be a maximalist of any of those coins. Diversify into them and diversify into many more coins also, because although I believe that all three of those coins will do well, I believe that there are other coins that are going to do even better. So we should diversify, my friends. Maestro A183747, will you adapt the exit targets in case coins don't crash as much as expected, percentage-wise? Member here, Rob is king. Maestro, thank you very much for the compliment, my friend. I appreciate it. Will I adjust the targets? If it's necessary, yes, the targets will be adjusted. So that's the great thing, like that I keep reiterating. What I do in Patreon is I walk you through every single step of the market, right? I keep providing the market updates whenever an entry is executed. I always post the market update saying that it has been executed. We have every single entry that has been executed in the Millionaire spreadsheet. I'm constantly watching the market and reviewing it, keeping my hand in the pulse, so to speak. And the same thing is going to be happening. So the whole point of the Patreon is to make sure that all the Patreon members can go through the whole cycle, and I teach them what's happening live, basically. Walk them through it, basically, take the hand and walk them through the cycle, explaining my thoughts, explaining what's happening and all that, what you should be paying attention to, what you should be ignoring, and all this. So absolutely, if something happens that I do see that there needs to be some kind of tweaking, it will be tweaked. For now, everything is going the way it's supposed to go. The plan is working wonderfully. As you well know, the market did crash as hard as we expected it to crash. As you well know, many entries have hit. Some have not, of course, hit. So I hope they will be hit. But many entries have hit on many different coins. Bitcoin so far had the local bottom at roughly $15,000 after roughly an 85% crash in roughly 400 days. As always in the last two cycles, since then it's been putting in higher highs and higher lows. As always, and to this day, the higher low is holding on the macro as always. So far, nothing is different, and there's nothing to suggest in terms of technical proof to say that something is different. If a higher low doesn't hold, then something is different. Until then, nothing is different. Everything is the same. Downward encouraging is saying, based on your strategy, I was strong enough to sell 10% of my SRP just before the SRP party. The price fell afterward, just like you predicted, and I bought back. Now I have more SRP. Thank you. Downward encouraging, brother. Well done. That's nice. But I did not sell because what I was expecting is if there was, first of all, the point I was trying to make with SRP is even if there was going to be some kind of pump, it would be unsustainable. Like if it had been high, yes, I would have taken some profits. But for me, it was an insignificant pump. What I'm doing with XRP and many other coins is I'm holding the great entries that I have that I bought after huge crashes. and I need significantly higher prices to be taking profits, and I need significantly lower prices to dollar cost averaging to these coins and to start swing trading XRP. So for now, I'm waiting, doing nothing. Crypto Thundercat is saying, thanks for the updates and continue the lives. One scary narrative that bothers me is USDT, USDC crumbling. Do you even think it's even possible or have a contingency plan? Crypto Thundercat, thank you for the wonderful compliment, my friend. I appreciate it. What can I say? It's very possible that USDC and USDC are going to crash and go to hell at one point. It's very possible that any stable coin out there can go to zero. All of that is very possible. There's always risk involved in speculative asset classes like crypto and traditional markets, the stock market and whatnot. All I can say is that there's no way to never use stable coins in my experience in crypto. But I do admit and I do reiterate that I try to minimize my use of stable coins, and I'll always try to do that. So whenever I have the choice of not using a stable coin, I will make sure I don't use a stable coin. Sometimes I'm forced to use a stable coin, and for a very short time frame, I use stable coins. But once again, I reiterate that fiat is king. You rotate your profits and everything that you do. If you can keep it in fiat, keep it in fiat. Majira saying, have a wonderful day, brother. Gotta go. It's me and the wife's 10-year anniversary leave. Like everyone, leave a like, everyone. Amazing guy. Majira, thank you very much. I appreciate the kind word. Yes, please kind of leave a like. And most importantly, my friend, happy anniversary to you and your wife. I'm very, very happy to hear that. 10 years is amazing. Well done, guys. It's a great example you're setting for everyone else. I hope you have an amazing day. Congratulations to you to another 10 years. Peace, happiness, and love to you and yours, my friend. All right, my friends, please kind of put a like while you're here. Remember, there are many coins out there that are currently down 95 and 99% that can be accumulated and are in great places to be accumulated. Join the $99 tier, guys, and buy these coins before they start pumping. There are some amazing gems in there, right? At the same time, do not force entries into the coins that are out of the accumulation phase, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others. Be patient and let the market develop. If you're a Patreon member, please go kindly read the Patreon market update. Yeah, that's that. Remember that the bear market is going to end no matter how terrible it seems and how bad it gets and how down everything seems, and no matter how hard we crash and how low we go. Remember that the bear market is going to end, and remember that eventually, with time, the patient investor and trader will be rewarded, and that eventually, with time, the bear market will end and the bull market will come, and people will make profits if they press the sell button. Thank you, my friends. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.